In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Madison Kasper.
And I'm Daniel Lopez. Welcome back, Sharks. In this episode of Mako TV, we celebrate 20 years of NSU Theater alongside the annual Mark Lindsay Duncan Legacy Endowment Donor Reception. We interview transfers on the baseball team, and we ask Sharks what their lucky charm is for St. Patrick's Day.
Stay tuned for the biggest news at NSU. Men's basketball celebrates 100 consecutive home game wins. You will learn more about it during our sports segment. In other news, DCMA hosted its annual Mark Lindsay Duncan Endowment for the Arts reception. Our reporter Jonathan Paul was on the scene.
On February 20th, the Department of Communication, Media, and the Arts hosted its annual Mark Lindsay Duncan Legacy Endowment for the Arts reception. The event was held alongside the production of Boing Boing and celebrated 20 years of NSU's theater program.
This is a Mark Lindsay Duncan Endowment reception.
Dr. Bill Adams helped start the fund to honor Mark Duncan and bring funds to the art program that he built up during his time at NSU.
For these students in particular is provide them get to see professional theater. They get to, Noelia went to New York from funds from the endowment, and the American Academy of Dance, we send students to that. And we bought a piece of art from one of the art students. So it's those kinds of things, like supporting workshops and anything, bringing the connection to the community and to the industry here to Nova.
Noelia Olivero was able to attend the Stella Adler Studio of Acting in New York, with a portion of her tuition paid by the endowment fund. Noelia delivered a singing performance during this year's reception.
We're very good here. We do our thing. We are very organized. We are very passionate. We love what we do. And having the Mark Duncan Endowment to help us out is always helpful and nice. And Mark's legacy overall is just kind of what pushes the narrative of NSU theater, I think.
Mark Lindsay Duncan became the first arts professor here at NSU. His impact on the arts department still holds on to people today. As the first arts faculty to ever be hired at NSU, Mark helped shape the department into what it is now. He is remembered fondly by his colleagues.
I mean, Mark was the first faculty member that they hired for all of the arts, and so he came in and really he hired music, theater, dance, and arts, and like flushed out all of the performing and visual arts stuff that you know today in the DCMA. He's been fantastic. He was an actor himself, and then went into academia at the same time, and then brought us all together to create the theater program here at Nova.
Mark Duncan inspired Angelica Zadak to start her company, This Is Improv, alongside her sister, Alexandra Zadak. She hopes the arts program at NSU continues to inspire others.
He really brought together incredible people to make this program come to life. Not only that, but he networked, he collaborated outside of the program, outside of the arts, to make sure that people came together, saw the importance of the arts. And that's something that I hope stays as the program continues.
Mark Duncan passed away in 2022. The Mark Lindsay Duncan Endowment Fund shines a light on his legacy and what he has done for the arts here at NSU. I'm Jonathan Paul with Mako TV.
Joining me to talk about updates with Mako Radio is Assistant Station Manager DJ Romy. Welcome, DJ Romy.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on with Mako Radio?
So as always, we're live Monday through Friday during the lunch hour, and of course, Monday through Friday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. We have reached peak listenership. We've had so many listeners on our live stream, which is amazing. Tell your friends, your family, anyone who you know to listen in. We got some great music, some great shows. Speaking about shows, we have some great podcasts. My podcast with DJ Blossom, Era to Era, we just recorded this week. Our R&B episode, which is amazing. Can't wait till it goes up. We're going to do a part 2 next time when we're live. We have That's News to Us, which is a quiz show about NSU and the news, which is another great show to listen to. And of course, we have B-Side and Off the Record, which are 2 amazing shows that go on every other Friday.
Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. We've been doing great, and we're still going to keep up the great work.
Thank you for the updates, DJ Romy.
Always a pleasure.
Next for our health update, my co-anchor Madison sat down with Dr. Artie Roger to discuss National Nutrition Month.
Welcome to the Health Update. I'm Madison Kasper. With me is Dr. Artie Raja, Mako Media's Science and Health Advisor. Welcome, Dr. Raja.
Thank you, Madison.
Our topic today is National Nutrition Month that takes place every March. Dr. Raja, why is this month celebrated?
It was suggested by the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics. They set it up as a month of nutrition just to make people more aware about healthy choices and so that people can make better decisions.
How does proper nutrition affect energy levels?
Absolutely. So good nutrition actually boosts our energy levels, and it is really important to have good nutrition because it helps us maintain a steady level of glucose in the body, and it also benefits our brain. It kind of helps our brain ensure that it doesn't think that we're going into this lethargic phase, and if we do that, and if we go into that phase, that's when we get really tired, we think we're hungry. And so it has an impact on not just our energy levels. By improving our energy levels, it also impacts our brain.
A lot of people struggle with eating healthy on a budget. So what are some affordable options?
Absolutely. That's a big, important part of having good nutrition. So some of the healthy options are ensuring that you make choices which include things like high protein diets, or consume foods that are high in protein, high in fiber. These things will help us maintain a good nutritional state. And when you're on a budget, that's of course always something to keep in mind, but there are ways that people can go about getting those good nutritional foods like high protein, high fiber. The key, of course, is really planning everything out, thinking about it in advance, and also thinking about perhaps buying the off-brand products, going generic products, your local store's products. Those become a little more affordable. But again, to do that, one has to really be mindful of what they're consuming and also really plan their day, their meals out.
How can busy students or working adults make healthier choices with a tight schedule?
The biggest issue with nutrition often are two things: time and money. So you have to kind of figure out how are you going to balance this. A good way to do is prepping, and I know a lot of students and even young professionals meal prep, for example. So they say, okay, during the weekend I'm going to prep my meals, at least a meal a day I'm going to prep. That helps a whole lot. When you have some downtime, perhaps over a weekend, do that prep. And again, as I mentioned earlier, look for those options that are high protein foods, high fiber foods. And in this day and age, there are a lot of these grab and go products that are available, like a yogurt drink that's high in protein. Of course, again, cost is an issue. But if someone can look up and ensure they buy the local store brands, then there may be a slight discount there. But again, the key is preparing in advance. Just telling yourself, I'm going to set aside half an hour over a weekend to plan this out will help a lot more than trying to do this on the fly or in a rush.
Thank you, Dr. Raja.
Thank you, Madison.
This has been the Mako Media Health Update. I'm Madison Kasper. See you next time. Joining me is Katie O'Fallon, Executive Director of Marine Research Hub, and Robin Cooper, Dean of Halmos College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
So next week, NSU is hosting Ocean Connect Interactive Workshop. What does Marine Research Hub have planned?
So Marine Research Hub, we're a nonprofit that's helping to commercialize nature-based and research-based solutions and working with our university partners to really elevate and kind of tell the story and create the awareness of the opportunities in taking solutions to commercialization. And so we're a part of this really great event. I'm really excited, and I will be joining panelists from some of our startup companies to dive into some of the startup founders' journeys, what they're doing to scale up, from coral restoration companies to companies that are taking bio-waste to make alternative styrofoam packaging, and a few others.
What does this collaboration mean for the Halmos College of Arts and Sciences?
It's a great opportunity to collaborate with Marine Research Hub in this whole growing arena of the ocean economy, which is focused on, yes, it's ocean-related economic ventures, but done in a sustainable manner that don't harm our natural resources as well. And one of the things that's exciting for me in terms of Halmos College is that we're exploring at the event how all different kinds of disciplines can be connected to the ocean economy. So we're going to have faculty representing law, humanities, business, as well as marine science and health, so that we can get the perspectives from all these different disciplines of how they can contribute to finding solutions to social issues that are also economically viable while sustainable.
Thank you both for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
A luncheon was held at Grand Oaks Golf Club to honor the Royal Dames for its continued support for the Rumbaugh-Goodwin Institute for Cancer Research at NSU. Our reporter Isabella Perez has the story.
Royal Dames of Cancer Research is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding a cure for cancer. Their efforts have raised over $6 million for the Rumbaugh-Goodwin Institute for Cancer Research at Nova Southeastern University. NSU honored the Royal Dames with a private luncheon at the Grand Oaks Golf Club.
NSU wasn't what it is today, and they needed funding, so that's how it all started. And ever since then, we're about a group of 150 women in Fort Lauderdale, and that's what we do. We raise funds for cancer.
The event was kicked off by NSU President Dr. Harry K. Moon.
Because of you and what you have done, we wouldn't be where we are today.
The event also featured Dr. Chad Perlin, Chief Medical Officer and Executive Medical Director for NSU Health.
So our partnership goes forward as strong as it is and will continue to be.
This is an amazing group of people in this community who are dedicated to fighting cancer, dedicated to this university, and together that's how we build the ultimate team with the scientific expertise and the resources, the philanthropic resources, to drive cancer research forward.
The private lunch discussed NSU's involvement with cancer research and the Royal Dames partnership. The luncheon also looked forward to the continued growth of the partnership between NSU and the Royal Dames for Cancer Research.
NSU Health is growing considerably with the onboarding of Dr. Perlin, Dr. Sorelli, a number of new scientists. There's an opportunity to really make a huge impact in terms of the partnership between the Royal Dames and NSU Health now.
As of February 2026, the Royal Dames have donated $6.7 million to cancer research. I'm Isabella Perez with Mako TV.
Next for our sports segment, we have our sports reporter Isabella Fernandez de Cueto with updates. Welcome, Isabella.
Thank you, Daniel. Maya will not be joining me today because she is currently away competing in nationals. Good luck to her and the swim team, and we will hear more about that when she gets back. Joining me is Bubba Barrianel, Assistant Athletic Director of Athletic External Affairs. Welcome, Bubba.
Thanks for having me.
NSU men's basketball reached 100 consecutive home wins. How is this historic?
It's only been done once in the history of college basketball on the men's side. So it's happened 4 times in college basketball, 2 on the women's, once on the men's. So we're the second men's team to ever do this. And it has been done on that side since 1958. So it's 7 years in the making, right? Which is a pretty hard thing to do anything consistently for 7 years.
And what can we expect for the women's basketball game tonight?
Yeah, you can expect a really good game. Right now you're heading into the round of 64. You're heading into the regional tournament. So with that, you're going to get good teams from here on out. Everything's going to be a tough matchup.
What else is going on with NSU athletics?
So there's a lot going on, right? You have women's golf is just coming off of their first win of the season. That's a top 2 finish for the last 2 out of 3 events. And then on the track side, you have the 400 meters doing really good things with Chaz Chambers and Sativa James. They've both set program best times, top 5 times in the program history in that event. And then Marcus is coming off of a record program best time in the 5K. And then we have our men's basketball team, right? They'll be hosting the South Region Tournament throughout this weekend, leading up to Tuesday. So a lot of stuff going on.
Thank you for being here, Bubba.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It is baseball season at NSU. For our sports segment, I got the chance to interview some of the transfers and the coach of the team. The NSU baseball team is looking a little different for the 2025-2026 season. With 13 transfers and 9 freshmen, they started their season 7-10. Junior Emilio Gonzalez previously played Division I baseball at Florida Atlantic University. Here at Nova, he appreciates the level of brotherhood that he shares with the team.
This team, I feel like I get along with every single guy way better, and
Like, there's less division. Like, for example, I felt like on my other team, there was like groups, a lot of guys hung out with certain guys. Here, everyone kind of gets along with each other. I still love those guys over there, but I just feel like here I've been able to kind of just get along with everyone.
Senior Roy Cueto, a Division I transfer from Florida International University, spends his second season with the Sharks. The coaching staff played a big role in his decision to come to Nova.
Definitely for the coaches. The coaches here were amazing. When they recruited me, I've known them for like a while already, so I already knew what I was getting myself into, and they trusted me to come here and do what I'm doing now.
Coach Morales takes his expectations game by game with the hope of growing as a team and making it to the playoffs.
I expect us to get better. You know, I think the more we play, the more we start to understand how to win games, I think we can have a chance to make the playoffs, game by game. But I'm excited about what this group could do.
Cueto says there's one goal that the team has in mind.
Just win as much as we can and make playoffs and try to win a national championship.
Baseball play on the road against Florida Tech this weekend. I'm Isabella Fernandez de Cueto with Mako TV.
Thank you, Isabella, and thank you, Bubba. Joining me for our arts segment is our executive producer and arts reporter, Jocelyn Saccucci. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Hi, Madison. Thank you for having me.
What's going on with arts here at NSU?
March 26 is the opening reception of the 17 Juried Student Art Exhibition, where select students present their artworks. The event begins in Gallery 217 at 5 p.m. and will run until April 23rd. Shark Talent is hosting its winter showcase titled Inferno on March 20th, alongside the Inferno Art Gallery. The gallery opens at 6 p.m. in the Black Box Theater, and the show will take place in the Performance Theater starting at 7:30 p.m. For our Sharks in the Arts segment, our reporter Carrie Corson sat down with dancer and senior in nutrition Kira Tripke to talk about her role in the showcase.
Welcome to Sharks in the Arts. I'm Carrie Corson. Our guest is Kira Tripke, a senior human nutrition major. Hi, Kira. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, can you explain what is your involvement in the Shark Talent Showcase Inferno?
So for the showcase, I am a performance committee co-chair within Shark Talent. So me and my other co-chair, Olivia, put together the entire show from start to finish. We run checkpoints, which are kind of like our auditions, and then we meet with our creative team, which is our stage manager, our lighting and sound, and then we pick pieces for the show, set up tech week, and then we put it all together for the show on Friday.
What makes this production unique?
This semester is extra long. We were able to get 30 pieces, so this semester we have an intermission, which is different. We've never had that before.
So what can audiences expect? What type of performances will there be?
We have a lot of high energy pieces this semester. We don't have a lot that are kind of low, kind of make you feel a little sleepy. We have a lot that are bringing a lot to the table, and it should be a really entertaining show.
Now, as a senior, when you reflect back on your time with Shark Talent, what experiences are most memorable?
For me, I think being a part of the showcases are always the most memorable because I wasn't always in charge of them. I have been for the past 2 years, but always being involved, you get really close with your peers and even people who aren't in Shark Talent that end up participating in the showcase. It's just really special to meet all of these people, grow bonds, and then you make friends that you may not have thought you have made if you weren't a part of it.
Any final thoughts?
I just hope everyone really enjoys the show. It's my very last one, which is bittersweet, but we're doing a little goodbye for the seniors at the end, and I just hope everyone really enjoys it.
Well, thank you for speaking with Mako TV. The Shark Talent Showcase Inferno will take place on Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. in the Don Taft University Center's Performance Theater. Information about this and other events can be found online at nova.edu/arts. This has been Sharks in the Arts. I'm Carrie Corson. Until next time, carry on.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of NSU's theater program. Our reporter, Jonathan Paul, has the story.
The NSU Theater Department is celebrating its 20th year. Current students in the program pay homage to its legacy.
It means everything, at least for NSU. The arts here are so important, and I feel sometimes underappreciated by a lot of people.
John here.
so passionate about stuffed crust pizza. So you have seen a storm in the country!
Over the years, the NSU theater program has witnessed changes in the broader industry, many for the better.
It's a really cool place to see how the industry changes from then to now. I think as theater professionals and just artists in general, being able to talk and communicate and do things in a different way as a culture, like being more open to people's needs, sexuality, and all those types of things. So it's been really interesting to see the art form that's about people evolve into being more positive about the people that they're using and stuff like that too. So like it's good to see the industry change.
Faculty members who were hired early into the program's beginning reflect on why the program has lasted.
That's a great question. Well, we've held on. It's difficult for arts programs to hold on to begin with. But I know it's the connections to the students, and this is why if we can get more alumni to come back in and support us, that we can figure out something to do with the alums to kind of make this all work together in terms of connections to the professional industry and to the alumni and to the community.
Alumni Angelica Zadak credits the program with her professional growth. She is now co-founder of This Is Improv with her sister.
It's absolutely incredible. I remember actually driving down by NSU when this was first starting. I was a young theater aficionado in high school still, kind of discovering my path and finding out that there was something here in South Florida for the arts, and to expand that professionally was absolutely incredible. It's even more incredible to see that it's still thriving and incredible students are still coming out from the program.
To celebrate the anniversary, the NSU Theater Program hosted performances of Boing Boing. I'm Jonathan Paul with Mako TV.
Thank you for your updates, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Madison.
To end off our show, our reporter Olivia Nur asks our Sharks what their lucky charm is for St. Patrick's Day, and asks some Sharks to perform their best Irish jig.
St. Patrick's Day is on Tuesday, March 17th. Today, I am asking Sharks what brings them a little extra fortune for this holiday. What is your lucky charm for St. Patrick's Day?
I'd say that my lucky charm for St. Patrick's Day is wearing green.
My lucky charm is Vanya Deer.
Wear green all day. Yeah.
I'd say like a 4-leaf clover, or maybe wearing green.
My lucky charm is Tanvi Nalubandhu.
I always have to have a bowl of Lucky Charms on St. Patrick's Day. It's just tradition.
I have a pair of Lucky Socks.
I want to say my cat.
Definitely my green, Patrick shirt from SpongeBob. I wear it every year on St. Patrick's Day.
I would say myself. I carry luck with me. You see, I'm Irish, I'm a ginger, and I'm low-key kind of short. So that makes me a leprechaun by default. And so I carry luck with me, Yeah.
Would you like to show us your best Irish jig?
No, I'm a lame loser.
Whether it's lucky charms, traditions, or just good vibes, we hope that everyone has a happy and lucky St. Patrick's Day. I'm Olivia Nur with Mako TV.
That is all for this episode of Mako TV. You can catch our solo release videos on our YouTube channel at Mako Television.
You can also follow us on Instagram at NSU_Mako TV. Thank you for watching.
See you next time. Go Sharks!